Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having a Gemini Sun and Cancer Mercury in your natal chart. And I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is having that Sun-Mercury combination in your natal chart, having your Sun in Gemini and your Mercury in Cancer in your natal chart. Now, first off, well, the basic character, which is the Sun, in this case the Sun being in Gemini, can be a very versatile, loquacious, adaptable, eloquent, quick-witted, and mercurial. Now the communication part, that's Mercury, and with Mercury being in Cancer, can be more emotional, can be very spontaneous in speech, can have the ability to extemporize when speaking, nostalgic, sensitive, dedicated, but yet can be dogmatic. And the thing is, the Sun in astrology is connected with our basic ones. And Gemini Sun wants to assimilate and disseminate information. Yes, almost all people want to do that, but Gemini, it's emphasized more. The thing is, Mercury and Cancer, they talk about the home, the past, things that are nostalgic, their feelings. And when you look at this too, the Sun is associated with the true self. And with the Sun being in Gemini, the true self can be witty, mobile, multifaceted, versatile, quick-witted. And then the thinking, which is Mercury, can again be tied in with the past, and there may be more, mindset where there's more of an aversion to change, and the thinking is about what the person may be comfortable in. And the thing is, you look at this, as far as the combination goes, how this energy may integrate. Well, you have the basic fundamental character, which is the Sun. The Sun being in Gemini can be quick-witted, shrewd, and clever. And the mind, is connected with Mercury, of course, can be more, methodical and retentive. And this is a person that can be verbose and empathetic. To have a good combination of being able to verbalize things, and has very strong cerebral ability, but at the same time can express sympathy. This is with the Sun is the Sun is posited. Well, actually it will be posited. If you have the Gemini Sun and Cancer Mercury, the Sun will be posited before Mercury, and the person may often act, which is the Sun, before thinking, which is Mercury. And this could shine the light, so to speak, which is the Sun, on communication ability, which is Mercury, if it is a conjunct aspect with each other. Conjunction in astrology is 0 degrees. I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, of course, you have 2 personal planets that would be involved. You have the Gemini, for example, let's say the Gemini Sun is at 28 degrees and Cancer Mercury is at 2 degrees. That would form a conjunction aspect, and it could shine a light on your ability to communicate about Cancerian related matters such as food, cooking, the past, nostalgia, maybe things associated with rescuing, plumbing, laundry, just things associated with history, as some examples. And when you have, if the Sun is conjunct Mercury, it can also give, good, mathematical capabilities, and the mind can be very retentive. And you have the, Cancer Mercury by itself can have an ability to retain a lot of information, whether it may be, it might be some significant information and then some information that may be trivial. Now, some of you may, some astrologers and astrology enthusiasts, don't believe in out of sign aspects. I do. And through this example, I can illustrate, I believe, why it's valid. like in this case, as I described before, with the Gemini Sun at 28 degrees and the Cancer Mercury at 2 degrees, you have a 4-degree disparity between the Sun and Mercury. Though they're in different signs, they're still in close proximity to each other. There's still friction that would exist between the two planets. So I do believe you could have out of sign aspects, and just because they're in different signs doesn't mean they don't feel friction. And I would apply this, with the other aspects as well. Sextile, trine, talking about the major aspects, sextile, trine, square opposition aspects, and even the inconjunct aspects. Some people see the inconjunct aspect as a minor aspect. I see it as a major one. Anyway, now the Sun in astrology is associated with the biological father, and having in children, and having a Gemini Sun, the person, person's biological father, and at least one child may either be a Gemini Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or embody those characteristics. Now, Mercury is associated with siblings, cousins, and neighbors. So with a Cancer Mercury, person may, have, some, siblings, cousins, and neighbors may have a Cancer Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or embody those traits. And it's also about the perception of these people. So having a Gemini Sun, the person may perceive the biological father and at least one child as people that are, loquacious, versatile, multifaceted, eloquent, quick-witted, adaptable, but at the same time may perceive those people, as gossiping, people that are contradictory, mercurial, overly changeable, lack persistence as some examples. And with the Cancer Mercury, the person may perceive at least some of their siblings, cousins, and neighbors as people that are sympathetic, nostalgic, dedicated, devoted, tenacious, sensitive, but at the same time may perceive these people as overly emotional, temperamental, moody, overly clingy, people that might be overly sensitive, say, to criticism and ridicule, as some examples. Now, the thing about this combination is it's a combination. You have the Gemini Sun. Again, the basic character can be very quick-witted and versatile and very cerebral. And then you have the Cancer Mercury, which is about, you can retain information, a lot of information, whether it can be significant information that's important, or even information that might be frivolous or seen as trivial. But when you look at this combination, it's a combination that can have a lot of information, these people, one way or the other, because the Gemini Sun wants to more to assimilate information, more so than the other, let's say the other suns on average, and the Cancer Mercury can retain a lot of that information. And the thing about this too is that this person will speak in a more emotional manner than the typical Gemini Sun. The person that has this combination may cry a little bit easier because in their communications they may be a little bit more sensitive to things that people say, and if something is just say, it could be an unintentional slight, they might become, or even if it's like constructive criticism, they may be a little bit more taken aback by it, more so than the typical Gemini Sun. But anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.